Hey everybody, Scoutcrafter here again. It is Wednesday, midweek Wednesday, and we have a great show planned for you. First of all, got a beautiful day today. Look at this sky. It's blue sky, slight breeze, nice temperatures, and of course, the dandelions are starting to bloom. One of my favorite flowers. I know most people don't like them in the lawn. I absolutely love them. I love the colors. I love the texture. It's such a beautiful flower. And very interesting flower. You know, you can eat the leaves that grow around the flower. You can make tea out of it. It has a lot of medicinal properties, and also they open and close for night and rain. The flowers. It's just an interesting flower, beautiful flower. I always loved them, so I was all excited to see them today. Also, it's been a good week for the poor man's flea market. Real good. Let me show you some of the things I saw this week. Let me know what you think. Now, the first item I saw was this Casio synthesizer keyboard. I see a lot of these, but they almost always work. They were kind of bulletproof. I didn't take it, of course. Next item I found, which was pretty interesting. I always love drop leaf type tables, and this one here was on wheels, you could see. It was not an expensive unit, but it had like a mahogany finish, and you could see the drop leaves did work. It was a nice little unit. And then last night I found, look at this. This is always a good find. I found 3 fishing poles. One of them is missing the second half, the top half, but 2 are complete with 3 reels, working reels. Okay, you can see here. They just need a little bit of service, a little bit of lubrication. If you'd like to see me do that and show you how to lubricate it, look at that. That one, the action on this is just beautiful. So, and this one here is Shakespeare combination. Shakespeare always, you can see over there, always nice to see a nice Shakespeare. The only thing is this one here is the only one that's a little bit tight, and that's because I'm sure it just needs some lubrication. Oh, here we go. I got it moving, but it probably just needs to be lubricated. A nice find, right? Okay, so that worked out well. And then this weekend was Easter Sunday. Now, Easter Sunday, a big holiday and whatnot, but Elephant Trunk Flea Market was open, and I absolutely love that place. Where else can you walk around for 2 hours, enjoy being outside in a beautiful environment, and look at all kinds of cool junk? So, I mean, I went up to Elephant Trunk and went walking around. It was just a beautiful day. I shot just a couple minutes. You know, it's funny. It's hit and miss. You never know what you're going to see up there. Let me show you just 2 minutes of some of the stuff that I saw up there and thought you might enjoy. Yeah, that'd be great. Okay. Now, this tap and die set was nice, but overpriced at $60. Also, interesting thing, look at these skis for a small, like a Piper Cub or small aircraft. And this toolbox here actually went back for later on at $20. It was a real steal, but of course it was gone. Yeah, I'm right here. Oh, there you are. Hey, nice to see you. Hi. I'll take the big one next trip. We'll be making a couple. Been looking for one of these for years. My buddy Brian O'Hare had one of these. The problem is the guy who was selling this, he had very high expensive stuff at his table, so I didn't even ask how much he wanted, but it was interesting. You got the coupon? It's a Western based toaster. Yeah, you do. I love old toasters, even though I have a few. Isn't that nice for $10?
Morning.
Hi.
What you asking for this?
$10.
$10.
It might light up. I don't know. I didn't try it. That's a gift, right? I don't know. You want to plug them in anyway. It seems like the sort of thing you burn your house.
I have so many people.
Okay, there was a gentleman there had a $3 table, and I saw this over there. As a collector of light bulbs, not only do I enjoy a nice light bulb, but I love old-timey, these containers, these cardboard, they were meant just to house the bulb and toss away, so you don't usually see them too often. But this is a projector lamp. It's a PAR 38 spotlight, and you can see what this looks like. Look, what beautiful packaging, even though it's just corrugated, you know, but I just like the coloring and whatnot. And you can see this is a, it looks like a new old stock bulb. Don't look like it was used. And these things were, you know, built pretty heavy duty. They were quite expensive at the time. You can see here it has some notice on here, and very interesting. Interesting bulb. Again, $3. I'll pick that up any day. Next up on the same $3 table, I saw this beautiful Allen Bradley motor switch. You can see it's a Model 600 AC/DC manual starting switch. It's made for starting the motors that I like to restore. They still make these switches today. And the difference between this and a regular on-off switch is that these motors, when they start up, they take a lot of juice to start them. And a lot of times the contacts have to be rated for that kind of current. And these contacts are. It's almost like having a relay. And it's an old-fashioned heavy-duty switch is what it is. But this also has thermal protection. I took it apart, and you could see here, inside of it, you can see it's a little bit different than a regular switch. This is a dual pole. And what it has is it has a thermal protection unit on the side. Now, again, I tried looking this up on the internet to find out exactly what all the features are for. But you see that little pole there? I guess when that gets hot, it disconnects the switch. So very interesting. Again, for $3, it was a nice deal. And I hope to hook this switch up to one of the motors that I have once I figure out exactly what all the features do for this particular switch. Found a new guy, a supplier of awesome. He's a big-time cigar smoker over there, and he must have had about 150 cigar boxes, all different types, going from $2 to $4 or something like that, or $5 for the really, but you know, some of them just beautifully made. How could you not enjoy? You have drill bits you need to put into a box, you know, or something else. How could you not love these? You can't make this box for $2. And the smell of them, a lot of them were cedar, but you know, they had finger joints. It was just beautiful, you know. And some of these cigars are crazy expensive. I'm going to videotape that guy next time I go and show you what he has. But I just picked up a couple because I can't refuse a good cigar box. Remember I was telling you, I said I always wanted to get one of them reflector lamps. And I was looking for one. And this one here it's a lesser expensive one. These, you know, they came in different price ranges, but you can see the price here that she had. Lovely lady, $18 she had on here, and I was looking at it. I was like, you know, maybe I should offer 15 because I think I could. I know it's all rusted. I could clean it up nice. I could probably do a nice job on this. It's got the bulb. It looks, you know, these things usually last. And it's loose. It needs some work. So she goes, I'm looking at it, and she goes, I'll take $5 for that. I was like, okay. Meanwhile, I was saying, should I offer 15? She's like, I'll take 5. I love when that happens, right? So let me know if you want to see this one done up. These things are interesting, and I'll tell you about the bulbs if you want to see it done. Okay, last up, the big purchase of the day was this one here, a GE portable power tool kit. Let me tell you a little bit about this. GE was trying to get into the power tool market. They started to make some power tools because it was big money back then, but their power tools were a little bit different than a lot of ones. Instead of being streamlined, and they were a little bit blocky, and they were trying to come up with an idea to use one power head with all different attachments. That was a popular thing. Black & Decker was doing well with it, but they came out with this kit. This kit was very expensive at the time, and it wasn't a big seller because not many people, but they did sell a few, and there's a few floating around, and I picked this up, $30. Nice gentleman. He said, you know, it's just too nice. I said, you know, I'm buying this just for the channel, just to show. So let me show you what this does. We'll see if we can't get some of these attachments hooked up and if they work. And you can see here's the power head. Okay, and it's got minimal use on it, but I'll show you how these hook up and what they do. Okay, we plugged it in just to see how it works, and now again, this is a it is grounded, you know, so you don't have to worry, but listen to the sound of this. This has a nice amount of torque. It has a beautiful a feel to it, you know, nice and smooth. And when you wanted to put the whatever head that you were using, whether it be jigsaw, sander, whatever attachment you wanted to put on, you would take this on. The screws were in here. They did not pop out. You see, they couldn't fall out. And you would take this on here, you would put it on, and you would just tighten up those screws real quick. Okay, we attached the head on. This is the 3/8 inch drill. You can see here it says 900 RPM. Can you see that? 900 RPM. And let's try it out. Beautiful, kind of bulky, kind of squarish looking, but there you can see now it has handle options here. It comes with, you could see, you could take the handle, you could screw the handle onto here, or you could screw it on to here, you know, depending on what kind of work you're going to do. You could screw it top or bottom if you were going to use it. So just nice, you know. I mean, this was a lot of times people, if you like to shopsmith and multi-tools like that, this is something you would have went for. Now, this is the jigsaw attachment. And again, there was no, you couldn't mess up the way it went together. It was keep it simple. You can see the gears and everything are accessible here. These screws you can open up to lubricate the gears and whatnot. But to use the jigsaw, again, the 3 screws, there's 2 on top, 1 on the bottom. So we'll screw these in. On the bottom of the jigsaw, there was a shoe that would go onto here like this. The shoe would go over here, and you would put this back in here and tighten it down. Once you have the screw tightened down here, you can have it, if you want to lock it in flat, you would push it forward, or you can move it back a little bit and you can tilt it to 45 degrees to make your angle cuts on each side. But we're going to go straight, so we'll leave it forward like this and tighten it down. Came with your GE Sabersaw blade kit. Again, if you wanted extra hand, there was 2 types of handles that came. You could put this handle on here if you wanted some extra stability. And again, nice, beautiful Bakelite. And let's try it out. A lot of power, very nice, nice handle configuration to drill it. Let's see what the sander's like. The last head was the sanding head, and you can see, again, nicely made unit. This was a typical sanding head back in the 60s where you put the sandpaper in, used 1/3 of a sheet sandpaper. Here you can see it's 4,000 orbital per minute. The TA60 is the model of this, and again, the 3 screws that you don't have to worry about mounting it wrong. Let's put it Access to the screws were through these holes here in the plate, and you can see, let's try it out and see how it works. Works very nicely. Again, nice configuration. It doesn't look like it was an afterthought. Very nice the way they designed it. It came with a brochure here that says General Electric Power Tools, but if you open it up, it does show this. They've been pushing the circular saw here, but here it is. They show the operation of this unit, of this 3-piece General Electric Power unit with the interchangeable tool heads, the saber saw, the orbital sander, and the 3/8 inch drill. This is the way I believe that it would come. I kind of did it somewhat like that, right? That's pretty much, I think, the way we would have seen it to make it look like you're getting a lot for your money. And very interesting unit. You know, these things always took, and here it was Bridgeport, Connecticut, the housewares division of General Motors, and very interesting unit. What are your thoughts on this? Okay, so in closing, let me know what you think your favorite item was today, and how do you like that little GE housewares unit? That was pretty interesting, huh? I never saw one in person, and they're well made. They are heavy duty, but you know, anything that it's always better to get separate items than to have these multi-use items. It just takes too long to go between one and the other. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you have a great rest of your week. We'll see you again on Friday. Take care now. Bye-bye.